Turn your
Is that me? Ooh, that's open it up.
No. Good evening. Welcome. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm tired. It's been a long week. But good evening. Welcome. We want to welcome everybody to the Crystal Loves Texas podcast. And of course, you already know what we're going to be discussing today. We are going to be discussing politics, right? And people that are running for office. So
But that's not all we do.
That, of course, that's not
just
all
some
we
of what we do. Hey guys.
That's just some of what we do. So, but today we have a special guest. We have two special guests, actually.
Yes.
Both of these guests are very special to my heart, and they are. Well, one of them is running for a district position right here in Harris County.
Yes.
So Donna Glover is here. She's joining us today in studio along with her son Sean, who is also joining us today. And both of them are very active in the community. Yes, her son is even active in the community. So actually, there's no excuse why you shouldn't be, because if a 14-year-old can be active in the community, so can you.
All right. Yes.
Okay, we can keep talking.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So I'm sorry, y'all. The
No
camera
dead
just
air,
went
right?
blank.
That's okay. That's okay. Let's keep
So
on going.
we're going to. So now I'm going to stop talking, and I'm going to introduce everybody in the city of Houston to Miss Donna Glover. Hi, Donna.
And Donna Glover, you just start talking, and we're gonna get you back on here.
Okay.
We got technical difficulties, but you know that's a live show.
That's it.
That's what it
It's
does
always- But we're
sometimes.
always middle school, but I am a love of the illustrious Lamar High School, Marabou B. Lamar High School off of Westheimer, River Oaks High. And I went on to finish with a bachelor's of computer science degree from the Prairie View A&M University. Let's go Panthers, baby, represent all day, every
And
day.
she stayed
okay?
repping Panthers.
Yeah.
More than me.
Then I got a job at Lucent Technologies, which was the old Bell Labs in
Yes.
Chicago, Chicagoland. It was in the west suburbs. Familiar with that?
Oh yeah, yes.
AT&T,
Lucent,
old
yes.
Bell Labs, yes. And so I was a computer programmer there. I worked on 40,000 subscriber lines. So what that means is telecommunications, it's telephone lines, and my first program or project management project was a cell phone tower,
Wow.
3G back then. So we've come a long way because now we're on 5G, right? Yeah, so I was responsible for the vendors and the testing and everything that goes along with putting up a cell site. I left there because Lucent got bought out by someone and another company, Alcatel, to be exact. And then I moved back home and I just decided I wanted to work with kids. I don't know. So I started teaching math at HISD and I went on to get a principal certificate. And so I currently still hold a principal certificate with Houston in Texas. And
So what grade level did you teach?
I taught. I started off. I have a math 4 through 8, so I started off with middle school.
Yes.
Yes.
That's us. That's us. We know about the middle school kids.
Middle
yes.
school. But I taught at some very interesting places. At Cullen Middle School. I taught
I bet that was interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
I taught at CLC.
Oh my
back in the
goodness.
day. Yes,
Oh,
yes.
The
because
alternative school.
the
Yes.
alternative school. So you know you
Mhm.
gotta have a little thick skin. to
That's
roll
right.
with
That was before the DAAP.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes. I don't think it was that, the people that get sent over there, there's some real
Rough
tough
customers.
cookies.
That's
Yes,
right.
absolutely. And then I also worked at Foster Elementary, Wheatley. I've been it all, seen it all. And after that, I went back into technology and I worked at the patent office. So I
Okay.
moved to Washington, D.C. to work at the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office in Alexandria, Virginia. And we stayed there for a few years and we moved to Nashville because I wanted to get closer to home. And my oldest son was at Morehouse.
Okay.
So it was just kind of a little closer to drive to Morehouse. Although I don't know why I did that because I'm like, I'm not going to be driving that much. But, and then getting closer to home. And then shortly thereafter, my mother was diagnosed with dementia.
Okay.
Yes. And so that's what brought me back here to Houston.
Well, Donna, that's a you got an interesting story to tell. I'm telling you because you've lived really on at least two different coasts
Absolutely.
of the country.
Yes.
And you decided to come back to Houston. And when you came back to Houston, that's when you started teaching, right? Or that was
the first time.
Okay.
The first time, yes. Mm-hmm. And the second time, I guess too. I mean, I started out at the assessment as an assessment specialist at HIC, so that
Yes.
was teaching and the
Test prep.
technology,
Oh,
yes,
together. So, so we did that and we rocked for a while with that, and then I started to take care of my mom more full time and do some contracting. So I'm back. I started contracting with Stafford.
Okay,
Municipal
yeah,
School District.
yeah. I worked in Stafford.
Yes,
Yeah.
very nice place, very lovely, very lovely. And so, like maybe once a year in the spring, I'll go and do some work with them
Yeah.
with the math.
Okay.
So now I'm contracting. I'm doing some work teaching the teachers.
And the thing about it is that continuing education is paramount.
Absolutely.
For the teachers. Well, let me ask you this. Can you explain to the people who are watching who may not be extremely familiar exactly what a Harris County district clerk does? What are the day-to-day responsibilities of the district clerk?
Sure. So
You've been explaining this for months.
Absolutely. It's funny because a lot of my opponents, they don't start off, but I immediately start off with telling people what the district clerk office is and what it does. And maybe that's the teacher part of me.
Okay.
But the district clerk is the court clerk. And so whatever you need to go to court, that's what the district clerk handles. So if someone files a lawsuit against you or you file against them, your attorney will file the paperwork with the district clerk's office.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
In addition, and then they go on to create the dockets for the judges. And then the judges hear your case, of course, as well as jury duty. So the district clerk handles jury duty. So that means sending the notices out, bringing the people in, housing them, putting them in different jury rooms.
Do you send the notice if they don't show up?
Well,
I'm just teasing. I always show up.
Yeah. And I was going to say, it's a privilege for us to be able to serve as jurors.
It is.
And we definitely need to take that more seriously. And you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Absolutely. Because we need to be in those rooms determining the fate of our colleagues.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's absolutely right.
And last but not least, the district clerk handles passport processing.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's like a little sidebar piece.
Okay, so when we go down to
Caroline,
is that where the passport office is?
Yeah.
I haven't been down there in a minute, but
Mhm.
it's time for me to get my passport again. And I have been so discouraged because people have said, you know what? It's not like it used to be. You can't get that passport in 14 days anymore. Is it true that it's taken 3 or 4 months to get a passport these days?
Well, I think it just depends on
well, let me ask
if you
it like
already
this.
had a passport.
Yeah.
Like I've already had a passport, so mine expired. I
Right.
just let it expire. And it wasn't that bad.
Okay.
I just had to redo my picture. And
Okay.
I didn't even have to go down to Caroline. They did everything because I was already in the system.
Okay.
And I had a KIT number. So
okay. Well, I guess I was wondering, have many of the government cutbacks,
Mhm.
employee cutbacks. Has it trickled down to the county level? Are the county offices working with a skeleton staff like many of our federal offices are now, which is putting a huge weight,
Mhm.
waiting line to get everything done? How is that
I don't
panning
think
out?
so much so. So what I hear
Mhm.
is that we are having some issues with the money, but then on the other hand, like those who actually work there, like Harris County is one of the richest counties in Texas and United States, and so
Yes.
the money is there. So where is it, or how is it being used?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, so that's
And the reason I'm laughing, guys, is
Yeah.
because they, especially Crystal, know I'm always asking that question, right?
Where's the money?
Where is the
Show me
money?
the money.
Right? Because we have all of these institutions that, oh, we need to fund this and we need to fund this, and we're not going to put this on the taxpayers and we're not going to put that on. Well, the money always has to come from somewhere. You
Yeah.
can't go pick it off a tree.
Right?
So that's
Mhm.
why we all started laughing, because that's my number one question. Where is the money? Where is it coming from? And how is it being distributed?
Yeah, and Rebecca, the thing about it is, with our municipal, not necessarily with the state as far as the state legislature is concerned, but
Mhm.
with many of our municipal elected officials, and for sure some of our upper level state elected officials, ISD officials,
Mhm.
they have these huge salaries with these huge bonuses.
Right.
And I know the HISD,
And don't
yes.
nothing trickle down to the regular folk.
Yes. So I think it's a legitimate question that Rebecca is asking when she says, where is the money going?
Mhm.
Where is the money going?
Mhm.
So let me ask you this, Donna. Basically, your job as the district clerk would be to make sure that we are in compliance and accountable for things that are coming through these courts.
Absolutely, yes, very much so. And what puts me above the rest, I believe, is that I have the background knowledge in computer science.
Okay.
I've been an IT programmer as well as IT project and program manager.
Okay.
So I can make recommendations in real time, whereas the others, may not be as savvy. And be able to recommend hardware and software. I would pretty much know where the hiccups are and how to fix them, of course, with the systems that are in place.
So in other words, you're saying you know how to build a solid infrastructure for everything to run smoothly and efficiently.
Correct, very correct. So I'm excited about it.
Well, let me ask you this, because I know that a lot of people who are watching are going to be sitting in these shoes. So if I'm just a regular Houstonian, a resident of Harris County sitting here,
Mhm.
when might I come into contact or have dealings with the district clerk? Is that going to have anything to do with my taxes or my voting, or when would I have? Or is the district clerk generally going to be someone who is kind of in the background, making sure that things are smooth and compliant? Or will the general public have networking with the district clerk?
So it just depends on your profession and what's going on in your life. Like I said, when you file against someone or someone files against you, that's when the district clerk comes into your life, right?
Okay.
Because then that's where either you file pro se or your attorney files for you on your behalf, and they store the documents at the district clerk's office.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Until there is a hearing or just
Right. Well,
till the end of time.
so we house the documents there, and then the district clerk gets the appropriate judge,
Okay.
and then books the time for the hearing, and then lets you know when that time is. Okay.
Okay.
So those are county employees who are there in place, no matter who the district clerk is. The district clerk's role is more of a CEO type of role because, again, they
Yes.
have employees that are there, they have processes and things of that nature. And I'm definitely excited about that. But again, I still will be able to know in real time how to effectively make some of these programs and these processes work in the background. I'm
Mhm.
also glad that you're mentioning this because my one of my things is increasing accessibility of the district clerk's office.
Yes.
You have something that you pay for out of your taxes or whatever, it's
Mhm.
getting paid for. Trust
Right.
me, and people's salaries and to house, and it has a document storage system,
Mhm.
a virtual one, cloud like, and then also a physical one because they house a lot of the documents from 1876, whenever
Wow.
Houston was formed.
Right. Right.
So those are still being housed. It has to have the right temperature, things of that nature.
Yeah, some of that stuff's a microfiche, or is it all computerized now?
Not all computerized. That's what I'm
Wow.
saying. It's some things that are housed that are still paper documents.
Wow.
And so it has to be in a climate control.
Exactly.
Yes, so that is getting paid for, correct. So, but instead of coming down to the district clerk's office, you have a website and people can file their legal documents online. But usually that is with attorneys, right? Attorneys.
Okay.
And what I like to do is to go out into the community and teach people of how to use a district clerk's office.
I think that's an excellent
idea.
Yes.
Yes.
Because now let me ask you this. With the district clerk's office, is that going to be where people would go to find marriage records, divorce decrees, notices of death, or birth certificates? Is that all district clerk?
Well, it kind of it goes hand in hand. Most of the time, it's the county clerk and the Bureau of Vital Statistics that
Okay.
handles your birth certificate and death
Right.
certificates or whatever. But now the deeds and stuff like that, it's under the county clerk, but they share a system
Okay.
because obviously that's a legal document.
Right.
So it needs to also share, especially if it comes into a court case or anything like that. You need to be
Yeah.
able to
So in
have
other
access
words,
to
if
it.
people know you personally and you get into this office and they may
When I get into it.
yeah,
Mhm.
when you get into this office,
Yes, ma'am.
and they may have a question about birth certificates, death
Mhm.
certificates, deeds, and stuff like that. Can they call you and you can guide them in the direction where to go? Because you, like you said, it's kind of tied in, right? Or
I call the
Correct.
office, right?
They'll
Yeah.
call the office, right? So they have clerks that
Mhm.
are under me that are customer service oriented, which is also one of my 3 points as well. So we have increasing accessibility,
Mhm.
which will be going out into the community, teaching them how to use the district clerk's office, including online services, how to create an account, how to download your documents, how to submit your documents online. You know, we take that for granted because I believe we try to do some of that stuff every day.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
But there are some people that probably still don't even have internet, don't have laptops.
But you would be surprised.
Mhm.
And you know what? I'm not. And we spoke about that before last, Rebecca. We were not aware until we became classroom teachers that when some of our students leave school,
Mhm. Mhm.
their accessibility to
That's it.
internet stops.
Right. Right.
And you know, we take for granted that everybody is. You know, we just say, "Well, go online and do this." Well,
Right.
some
And
of them
I mean,
can't go
I
online.
personally had
Yeah.
to file paperwork for parents.
Mhm.
Yes. Yes.
Because they didn't have the accessibility
Right.
to do it.
Yes.
And I didn't know that in a lot of areas in Houston, you know, we're the fourth largest city, so we just take for granted that everything is accessible.
Right.
Correct.
That you have some places that live in internet deserts. Like
Absolutely.
they just don't have
Right.
the access.
Right.
Right. So that's what I want to do is going out and teaching people how to do it. In addition to that, letting them know what resources are available.
Right.
So like going to the library.
Yes.
You know, what's close. Usually libraries are very accessible. They're close. They're inexpensive to use.
Right.
Okay. I just had to use the library a couple of days, well, a couple of weeks ago because my internet was down. I don't know
Right.
what's going on, and I need to meet a deadline, and I need
Absolutely.
to go. So it was there.
Thank goodness it was there. Yes.
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely. Xfinity has a program. Xfinity, y'all need to send me some money, okay?
That's
When
right.
you're receiving federal services or
Right.
state services like SNAP and food stamps, you can have internet for $30 a month.
Right.
Yes.
That's right.
I forgot
Or
the
if
name
you're a
of it.
senior citizen.
Now I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
now that I didn't know.
Or seniors.
So-
Yes,
yes.
and it works just like the regular.
Oh, it's great. My mother has it.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. So those are just some resources, or maybe partnering with the company Apple or Dell,
Mhm.
Dell who is local to Texas.
Right.
Providing laptops for people or iPads, something like that. So being able to
Tablets, yes.
provide those resources. In addition, the last part of the accessibility for me is making sure that people's languages are being taken into consideration, or they
Right.
can read the documentation when they come into the office.
Right.
Now, it's so many different dialects and languages and things like that. It's probably going to be impossible to reach each and every
Everyone,
one.
yeah.
But then you
Absolutely.
wanted those basic languages.
Yeah.
Yes, the
And-
majority of those, and technology can help with that.
Absolutely.
So I have accessibility, I have improving or upgrading technology, and customer service.
Yes. Well, let me ask you this, Donna. Now, first of all, tell us who is in the position now that you are running for, and when whoever that is not in that position, anymore, or if you are elected, what is going to be the first thing if you had one thing to tackle?
Win. We gotta
That's
say
right.
win.
That's right. If you
Win
had,
for both of y'all.
that's right. If you had one thing to tackle first that
Yes.
you can look at and see that there's some improvements that could be made.
Mhm, mhm.
What would be the first thing that you would tackle? First, tell us who is in that office.
Awesome. So sure. Right now, Marilyn Burgess is in that office.
Okay.
And she served 2 terms,
Okay. And a term is how long?
4 years.
Okay.
So it's term limit.
No, it's not term limited. She just decided not to run.
Oh,
Okay.
Again. Yes.
Got you.
And she just released a
Statement.
call it scathing statement
About the office?
about the office
Wow.
and why she's not running again, and some other people who
Right.
she feels are being puppets. So you guys
Okay.
check that article out.
We
the
sure
Houston
will.
Chronicle.
Okay.
But so she's the incumbent, but she's not running. So it's an open seat, as you will.
Got you.
Okay. And the first thing that I would tackle on day one is the
Mhm.
technology, because it affects a lot of parts of the things that I want to get
Yes.
accomplished, right?
Yes.
It's a part of the accessibility.
Yeah.
It is a part of the customer service, right? Because there's a backlog and we just need to get that.
It needs to be
backlog out.
updated.
Absolutely.
And you have to
Yes.
retrofit it for accessibility.
Correct.
Yes.
Yes. Or I want to say updated.
Updated.
Going back.
Right.
So we want to update it for accessibility, for efficiency. We don't want it to go down. Right
Yes.
now, the feedback from attorneys and judges is that the system is down quite often. And
Wow.
so when it's down, that really affects
People's lives.
justice system here in Harris County. Because
That's
not only I
right.
gave you the 3 things that the public has access to,
Right.
but the district clerk also houses jail records and probation, things that
Yes.
stuff on the back end that you don't necessarily think of. But
That
it's
affects
illegal.
people's lives.
Absolutely.
Yes. So if your records are tied up just because of a backlog, you may have been scheduled to get off of probation,
Mhm.
6
Bond
months ago.
hearings, all of that
Yeah,
stuff.
and it just hasn't updated like it needed to. I wonder how long it's been since we've had those kind of updates in Harris County. You have any idea?
Well, they just had an update the software of last month. Yes, of course.
Okay.
You have an idea.
That's
because
great. Yes.
because I've been talking to some colleagues
Okay.
and who work for Universal Services here in Harris County.
Okay.
And as well as the district clerk also has a small IT program or
Okay.
section department that that is able to do updates, or if they need a certain type of customer service or customer interface, they're able to kind of do it. I don't want to say quickly, but I think quicker than if it was
Efficiently.
outside.
Efficiently,
Yes.
yes.
So that's that. So I would definitely focus on the technology, bring it up to date. I know they're having another upgrade in April, is what I heard.
Okay.
And so they're trying
trying.
to do the work, but
Yeah.
I think it just needs to. And I know Marilyn was trying to get some money,
Right.
so that may have been one of the things that she was frustrated with Commissioner's Court, and so.
And the thing about it is, in this day and time, unfortunately, it's this way. Everything is so political. Everything is so political that it is absolutely crazy the way funds can be held up in courts because it's a political pool.
Right.
And it's affecting people's lives.
And what I'm hearing, not just from you, I mean, you've given total insight to that portion of what's going on, but it's a bigger picture, right? Because you we've seen Chris Hollins going back and forth with the mayor over money,
Right.
and things being distributed and legally and all this other thing. So there's really a reoccurring theme in the city of Houston. This is why voting in your local elections is important, guys.
Absolutely.
Because it's a reoccurring theme, and the reoccurring theme is money. Not enough money being spent here. So because money is not spent correctly here, it's a backlog here.
Yes.
Not enough money being spent here, and this is going without. Not enough money being spent here, and this is going without. And the problem is we have people that's in charge of these things.
Right. Absolutely.
And they're not, for whatever reason, you don't want to blame them, but for whatever reason, not stepping up to the plate. And this is why I'm bringing this up, because people don't understand why it's important to vote in local and state elections, because these are the very things that affect your everyday life.
Right.
And when you don't have the proper people in place with the experience, with the wherewithal, and the people over politicsism, then these are some of the things that this is the outcomes it gets. Right.
Right. Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
Well, let me shift gears for just a minute,
Sure.
because Donna, I know that it was really important today for you to bring your son in to be a part of this podcast, because with any elected officials, especially in this day and time, it's a family affair.
Absolutely.
And it takes everyone being on board in order to make things work. It takes everybody being on board. And if you have one person who is just not with the program, it could make it very, very difficult to do things in an effective way. So with that in mind, say, hey, Sean.
Hello.
Sean, tell us a little bit about yourself. What grade are you in?
I'm in 10th grade.
And where do you go to school?
I go to Lamar High School.
Lamar High School.
High School.
Yes.
In Houston, Texas.
And that's your mom's alma mater. Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, well, let me ask you this, Sean. When your mom told you that she was getting ready to run for political office, what did you think about that? Was it kind of scary? Were you questioning why in the world would you do that?
To be honest, I was just saying, hey, is it going to get the money? But
he's funny.
But,
Yeah.
But on the real note, just making sure, hey, you're making a difference in the community.
Absolutely.
And, making sure, hey, get this right and making a change. So that's what I thought.
That's right. And the thing about it is, even for people your age, even for you yourself and your peers, you want someone, you may not even think about it now, but you want someone who is working in that capacity with the courts, with court systems, to make sure that things are done fairly, that it's equitable for all people, for people who look like you and me and Rebecca and your mom, and people who look like the people across town, because we don't think about this kind of stuff until it hits home, until it's someone that we know who needs for that county clerk's office to be effective.
Correct.
Who needs things done in a timely manner. Now, let me ask you this. When you guys came in today, your mom said something that was extremely interesting to me, and it was something that I immediately jumped on, because you don't hear of it a lot right now. And this speaks volumes for your mom and for you. And that is, you are a candidate to be an Eagle Scout.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that. That's awesome. Yes.
This is my second Eagle Scout.
Oh,
Yes, my oldest son is an Eagle Scout.
that says a lot for your mom.
Yes.
Tell me how, because I'm going to tell you, Sean, I work with students who are not much older than you every day. And it's difficult to get them to even want to participate
In anything.
in any type of community service. So tell us a little bit about your scouting career and how you decided that, yeah, I want to keep going until I can reach the level.
Okay, so my scouting career, it started in DC. I was a Cub Scout, but then, we moved, so I didn't come back. But
Mhm.
then my mom, she got me back into it. As every kid, you probably don't want to go. You probably don't want to do it.
Yeah.
But then, it goes on you and it keeps going. And the scouting experience, it just really made me go out and do it. And see, now I've been a part of service all my life.
Yeah.
My mom, she service events, and my dad. So,
Mhm.
Just service, and it starts wanting me to, make a change in the community. So, as my biggest thing for service, like me personally, I didn't like seeing my community. I mean, I want to see my community beautiful, see
Right.
everybody thriving. So
Absolutely.
that's what I do service on, and that's our main point of uh, being helpful in scout law and being a scout. Just being helpful, getting a lending hand,
Yes.
and that's
Absolutely.
really and that just kept going, and I started loving. We go camping.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what kind of things do the scouts do these days? I don't know if they still do the same kind of things that they did when we went camping.
Yeah.
But the Boy Scouts seem like they always got to do a little more. Y'all went camping a lot more and fishing and all that kind of stuff. What kind of stuff do y'all do now for your outings?
For outings, camping. We do a lot of community service. Our troop, Troop 242 at Wheeler Avenue Baptist Church.
Okay. Yeah.
So we have a Scout Sunday. We go there. I think we're very reverent. Being
Scout is reverent.
Scout is reverent. So
that's right.
Just going to camping. We do merit badges and all that stuff. We're in a lot of different leadership trainings. So I just staffed at Elite National Youth Leadership Training.
Awesome.
All right.
So doing that and getting into making sure, because our troop is the only, like, not the only black troop, but we're the premier troop in probably the country, the state, and the city.
How many scouts are in your troop?
We have around 60.
Ooh,
60.
that's a big troop.
That's a lot.
Yes,
And
we're-
Wheeler still produces the most
And-
African American males, African American scouts
What?
in the country.
Oh, that is awesome, Sean. That is awesome.
So we have around 5 to 10 Eagle Scouts every year. So and so my class is going to be a big class. So 2 years ago was a big class. So it's all coming around, and we're making real change, and we're getting out there into the community.
Yes.
All that stuff. So
well, let me ask you this. It's important for me to have young men like you on here, because boys who are 12, 13, 14 years old need to see young men like you doing the kind of things that you're doing. I have students that sit in my class every day, and they have to see a probation officer that comes to school. You know what I mean?
Right.
I've sat through that too.
Yes, and that's the kind of thing. And Donna, my point is this: there is a certain point in a young man's life where he makes that choice to go in one direction or the other. And if young boys in middle school and elementary school can see more young men like Sean, then they can see that there are some other choices that they could make.
Absolutely. Yes.
Now, Sean, let me ask you this. If you had the opportunity to sit down with a group of boys who were 10, 11, 12 years old, what would you say that would encourage them to maybe join a scouting troop?
Well, I think life is all about choices and decisions.
Yeah.
And first, I just say, having a good background, having a good, parents and things to lean on. I mean, my parents, they helped me. But yes, it's only you. You have to make the choices.
That's right.
So that's what big thing, having a good support system and actually wanting to try to get out and, make a change for you.
Yes.
So, like I said, I'm in Scouts. I'm in Top Teens of America. I'm in Omega Lamplighters. So, yes.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
I'm seeing, making sure if you want to do an organization, making sure you make it what it wants to be. Yeah. And these people are here to help you. So, I think it's making sure, some older generations they didn't have what I had.
That's right.
And all that stuff. So making sure you take a hold of those opportunities
Yes.
and making sure
Mhm.
you make a change for you. And I can do it. Anybody can do it. So that's what I'm saying. Making sure you grab a hold of your opportunities and
Making the best of it.
So,
Sure.
so with your candidacy for being an Eagle Scout, what are the things that you still have to do before you can
become
I guess
Eagle Scout.
crossover? Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
What are the steps that you still have to do?
So I have to do my Eagle Scout project,
Okay.
which is a teen mental health panel. So I have to
Okay.
do 2 sessions, one being at my school and another gonna be with like other organizations with
Okay.
top teens and they're making one.
That is awesome. Now, did you decide that that's what you wanted to do, or did they say this is
Or they
something,
gave you some
or they
options
gave
to
you some
choose from.
options?
This is what I want to do. I want to be a psychiatrist, psychologist. So I
Awesome.
want to be in the on the node, what's in the mind.
Yeah.
And I'm big mental health advocate, making
Right.
sure our mind is right because I feel like your mind has to be right before you go anywhere else.
Mhm.
Making
Yeah.
sure you is right. So I want to do what I see what my career wanted to be.
Yes.
And I can make sure I can do that. And I already have something. Based on my career. Then it can
Right.
just keep on expanding. And I have making sure, my college, I have a resume say, hey, I did a mental health panel
Yes.
in this. So that's what I wanted. And just wanted to make sure people, young teens, adolescents like me,
Mhm.
express themselves and how to cope, just making sure they feel heard and
Yeah.
how to deal with their problems as a young teen. And
Right.
sometimes we say we probably don't have problems, we too young, but
You guys
we'll
are up
never
against so much.
I don't know. Y'all got issues. We
Yeah.
see them every day.
Y'all are up against. Yeah, you guys face more than we ever faced.
Mhm.
And to be able to be of strong mind and make decisions and even like you said, admit when you are struggling
Mhm.
and
Absolutely.
say I need some help or I need to be in a group to be able to discuss this. That's a lot.
Mhm.
And it's so poignant that he said that he wanted to be a counselor or a psychiatrist,
Yes.
psychologist, because I have so many male friends who want to be in therapy, but the
Mm,
problem
yes.
is they want to talk to other Black men.
Mhm.
And I
they don't.
get it.
It's not
I
that
get
many.
it.
Yeah.
I have had so many of my male friends call me, Becca, you know a lot of people. Do you know any Black male psychologists
Right.
that
That's
I can
right.
talk to? And I,
They want another man to
they
talk to,
want
yes.
another man to talk to. And I didn't realize
Mhm.
that
The shortage.
it was such a shortage of Black male
Right.
counselors,
Absolutely.
styles.
Absolutely.
I was, for us, we
Yeah.
can go through a list and say, oh, okay,
It's
look,
women. It's plenty of
yeah.
women.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I
Mhm.
think that is an excellent
is.
career choice, and because it's much needed.
Absolutely.
Sean, let me ask you one more question, and I wanna get back to your mom for a minute, but let me just ask you this because, and I'm asking you this because I'm asking you this because I am in a classroom every day. Among your peers, do you find that your peers seem that they are struggling a lot more with mental health these days? You hear of more young people
Mhm.
taking their lives now than any other time. And I don't know, Donna, I don't know, Rebecca, if it's because of social media that we see it and hear about it
Mhm.
more.
Mhm.
But it seems like, I'm looking at my Facebook page and I see a mom who's posted that I'm posting in memory of my child who,
Mm.
and it's the kind of
Yes,
thing you see
yes,
all the time. When you talk to your peers at school, do they seem to be struggling a lot more or feel a lot more isolated in their conversation? What is the conversation like?
Me personally, in my peers, I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say like I think we're it's still stuff to learn and still stuff to think. But I think because I think just me and my peers, I think we're good. A
Yeah.
little bit. I don't know. It's hard to see everything at once, especially at a big school. It's hard to
Yeah.
see everything at once. But sometimes you can see if somebody's distant because you can say some people that talk a lot, not talk a lot, but like that are joyful, then it shifts.
Yeah, it shifts. That's right. That's absolutely right.
Mhm,
Yes,
So
I noticed that in my students.
Right.
Yeah, I noticed that in my
absolutely.
students.
Yes.
Yeah,
So they have to kind of maintain a balance
And
or
pay
try
attention.
to maintain a
Yes.
balance.
and pay
absolutely.
attention to what's going on,
Oh.
because I remember, and this is before you were there. I'm going to say, Donna and Rebecca, this may have been about 5 years ago
Mhm,
when that shooting happened at Lamar.
mhm.
Between someone who was at Yates and someone who was a student at Lamar.
Right, right.
And you think about, it was said that this was gangs or whatever going on, and I'm sure that it was, it related back to that.
Mhm.
But for someone to even reach out at this point in time to join a gang when there's so many other positive things that they could gravitate towards,
Gotcha.
that's a mental health struggle in itself, to
Mhm.
want that kind of acceptance and to crave
And then
that
if
kind
I
of acceptance.
remember, the mom and dad didn't even know
No,
that they were even
an upstanding
anything,
family.
right?
Yes.
Until she went on, one of his friends gave her access to his Facebook. I mean, not his Instagram page.
Mhm.
It was
And
after he was
Yeah,
dead.
and
Yes.
she was
He had a
shocked.
completely different profile.
Yeah, she was shocked at some of the things that she saw. She said she didn't even know her child was even
Yeah.
into
That
any of the
kind of
things
thing.
that she saw.
Right.
Him,
He was active at church.
right.
Yeah.
He toting guns on Instagram,
Wow,
had
yeah.
drugs, had stacks of money. Like she said, he did. This is not even
A child, right?
Right.
Like,
But he was feeling the
it.
need, that
To
peer
try to-
pressure to fit
Mhm.
in.
Right.
Absolutely.
And to see a young man like Sean who is not feeling that kind of pressure, who has found something even at this age that he
Mhm.
loves.
Right, absolutely.
That is something that I wish I could see mirrored
Mhm.
in the
Everywhere.
community.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
we just always try to foster one every day. Sean can tell you, I ask him how was his day,
Mm-hmm.
whether he tells me the truth or not, or tells me first of all.
Yeah.
But we take time, say, "How was your day? What are you doing? What did you do today?
Right.
How did you feel?" Or in the morning when I drop him off, okay, what's going on with you today?
Yes.
You wake up, get in the car. How are you doing today? What are y'all gonna be working on at school
Right.
today? Just asking some of those questions,
Yeah.
and then also, being the parent, seeing what he's posting on Facebook. And he also has a podcast on Facebook where he talks
Yes.
about scriptures, and he
Yes.
goes into that. So I just think it's being grounded, not saying that he's better than anybody
Perfect
else,
word.
but being grounded.
Yes.
And we always make sure that he is grounded,
And not only that, you want to make sure as a parent, I mean, I don't have kids, but just being a teacher and being around kids, you want to make sure that you stay in tune with what your children are doing.
Absolutely.
Because they can be one way at home.
Mhm.
Right. But
Right.
then when they get outside of the house, they are like totally different.
Right.
And we see it as teachers every day.
Yes.
Because we see one behavior,
Right.
and then the parents come and tell us, well, they don't act like this at home. And
Yeah.
we're just like,
Yes.
absolutely
Yes.
not.
Yes.
Well, the great thing about Sean and my oldest son Jacoby is that I've always had awesome feedback from the teachers,
Awesome.
from people in the community that they work with.
Right.
So they're not Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and they know better than that.
Yeah.
So I think it's always having those consequences, even in the classroom and all that
Right.
stuff. It's awesome and it's exciting and it is joyful and proudful for people to come back and say, you know what, Sean is a good dude. He's a great guy.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
he's
gotta make you
no
proud.
problems with him, or he's always answering questions,
Mhm.
or he's invoking the class,
Yes.
what have you. So that is very, very exciting and I'm very proud of him. And I always try to make sure I tell him that. Yes.
Well, Sean, before I jump back over to your mom, I want to ask you this. Can you tell us if there's someone watching, or if there is someone who would like for their son to become involved in the Boy Scout troop over at Wheeler Avenue?
Yes.
Who would they contact? Is there a telephone number or a website, or should they contact the church? Who is or the person's name that they would contact? Is there a troop leader?
Yes. I'll say. First, I want to say just thank y'all for having me.
Oh,
Also,
thank you.
Aw.
Thank you for coming. You were a great surprise. You were. Yes.
and I say to everybody, making sure your brand is right, making sure yourself is right, making sure everybody is all right. Just and making sure you
Taking
talk to
care of
people
yourself.
and taking care of
Mhm.
yourself. But to contact any one of my organizations, anybody or me, so we have a website.
Okay.
All right, for the troop, so it'll be www.troop242.org.com. It's Troop 242, Boy Scout Troop 242 on Facebook.
Okay.
WABC
Oh.
Troop 242. I'm the social media coordinator.
Well, I should. Okay.
Facebook and
Maybe we should have
Awesome,
posted that to the
awesome.
mama.
Yes, yes, that's okay.
Go ahead.
We're gonna get it right. We're gonna get it right. And what we're gonna do, what we'll also do is put it in the comments too.
Sure.
Yes.
And then you said, who's the Scoutmaster?
Scoutmaster is Cedric Myers. He's my father.
Mm-hmm.
You can find him on Facebook. Find my mom. She's on.
Yes.
She's a troop. She's in the troop. So find me on Facebook too. Instagram, TikTok, all that good stuff. Then other organizations, Omega Lamplighter, Houston Omega Lamplighter, Top Teams of America, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram.
Awesome.
Yeah,
all that
Ascend
stuff.
brand, right?
Oh, my other one, you can find me, Ascend_24. That's like on my professional account
Okay.
on my stuff. So that's what I got. So
Awesome. That is awesome. Now, Miss Donna,
Yes.
we need for you to tell us if someone would like to contribute to your campaign, if
Awesome.
someone would like to
I like you.
volunteer to work with your campaign, if
Yes.
someone would like to block walk,
Yes.
if they would
yes.
like to phone
Holidays
bank,
coming up soon.
yes. How
As
would
you
they
know.
reach out to you
Yes.
in order to make sure that they connect? And because I know we have a lot of people over in the Sunnyside area, over in
Mhm.
all over who watch. And how would they connect to you if they're looking here today and say, "Wait a minute, I know her. That's Donna.
Yeah.
I want to work on her
absolutely.
campaign." How would they go about reaching out to you?
So you guys, you can check me out at donnaglover.com or Donna G for district clerk. It's a district, that's a URL that points to donnaglover.com.
Okay.
So it's the same website. It's
Awesome.
got a different catchy name.
Okay.
I'm on social media at Donna G for HCDC. Again, that's Donna G for HCDC. And that is Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Okay, I got to get some content on the TikTok, but
Me too.
but it's coming.
Me too.
And then they always can reach me at 832-293-3476. Again, that's 832-293-3476. Email is info@donnaglover.com.
Okay, and Donna, are there any events or things that you're gonna be at if people out in the community want to come and meet you?
Absolutely.
where can
Yeah.
they
So
come?
I just finished up with the 5 days of 50, right, Rebecca?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
And tell us about
exciting.
that. Tell us about that.
So last week I turned 50 years old. Yes, nifty 50.
Happy birthday. Happy
Thank you.
birthday.
And living life like it's golden. So
Yes.
I had 5 days of celebration where I had family and friends come out, my sorors come out. One day was just Prairie View and just regular, just whoever wanted to come and check me out at 5 Central. Sunday was at Davis Street. So we try to,
Awesome.
support our own as well.
Yes.
And
Let me say this while she's mentioning this. Between these two, I can't. Oh Lord, they drive. They win me out.
what we
So
say
it's
Woo!
between Crystal and Donna, they win me out.
Yes.
So I leave one and then have to go to the other one. Then I leave the other one and come back to.
Yes. So we're making it happen.
But she
yes.
loves it. Rebecca loves it.
Yes.
Don't let her fool you.
Yeah.
She loves it. So okay, you had your 5 day 50. Go ahead.
Yeah. So what's coming up next week is the candidate forum at the Loop. That
Okay.
is January 27th, and that's going to be at the Loop.
And where's the Luke located?
The Luke is on the north side.
Right.
So you got Humboldt, Lake Houston area. So put it in your GPS and
Okay.
come on out and support us.
What time?
6:30 is when it starts. And they just send an email and outline. I'm just so excited because it's, seems to be very efficient.
Yes.
and
Yes.
professional. And it's like, okay, arrive at this time. This is what you guys gonna be doing. And I love that. I love that. So I will have a table set up so you guys
Awesome.
can come and talk with me, receive literature. I'm hoping to have my yard signs by then.
Okay.
I'm glad we're talking about it because I'm like, I need to make sure I have some where you can take them.
Yes.
And then I also have shirts. So we're
And
getting
buttons.
and buttons back.
Yes.
Oh man, I left them in the car. They're on my website because you ain't in if you don't have a button.
Yes.
You're not a Harris County person if you don't have a button. So
Yes.
you guys need to have a button. And so I'm just all around town. I'm a member of Wheeler, but last week I was at Wheeler. I was at the Church Without Walls.
Yes.
I've been at Good Hope. I've been at Lily Grove. So we're just making a world church tour, of course,
Mhm.
and we're going to hit some other ones as well.
Right.
The Episcopal churches and the Catholic churches.
Yes.
So y'all be sure to look out for me in February. So I'm doing a co-drive. That was supposed to be Sunday
Okay.
at Houston. This is
But
it.
the weather.
The
Yeah.
weather, yeah. So we went ahead and
Postponed
rescheduled
it,
that.
yes.
Absolutely. But I will also be in Galveston for Mardi Gras. I will be
In the parade?
In the parade.
Ah!
Yes. I love.
And
you'll
you need people, you need people to come and walk by the and hand out
wave,
stuff
hand
for
out
you.
stuff. Yes,
That's right.
That's what Sean did. So I forgot to meet Sean is one of my right hand people, right?
Yes.
Because Sean is my cameraman.
That's
Sean
awesome.
hands out materials. Sean's like, it's time to go. So anyway, that and then we're gonna probably have one other fundraiser, but you can always donate to me on the website. It's
Yes.
there, but it's also Act Blue and search for Donna G for HCDC.
Mhm.
Okay. Cash App is money sign Donna G for HCDC. Okay, it's a theme here, right?
And we're gonna make sure that everything that Donna is saying, she's gonna give us that information, and we'll place it in the comments too.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Good. And then last but not least, what I'm really excited about is March 1st, I'm going to have a Get Out the Vote rally and Women for Donna G.
Awesome.
So that's the start of Women's Month, right?
Yes.
March. Okay. So y'all be on the lookout for those things because we're going to really make it happen.
That is awesome.
And just one thing I wanted to say, just sidebar. I'm super excited for this election cycle. Not because I just know so many women that are running in office, but that's what I'm excited. I have this level of participation from Black women has just been, I was thinking about that the other day. In every single race that I know, there is a Black woman that's participating in it. And this Black Girl Magic is on fire in Houston. It is on fire.
Yes.
They are sending a direct message to the nation that we are trying to take our state and our country back.
Yes,
So-
absolutely. So I know your thing was the blue wave, right? So
Yeah.
that's it. Let's catch it.
That's right. And ladies and gentlemen, I would be remiss if I didn't remind you
Yes.
that, of course, I am again Crystal Dillard. I gotta always remember the camera to look at. Rebecca, it's that one right there. But I am your classroom teacher, boots on the ground, candidate for Texas House District 131.
Yes,
And I've got a real cute commercial coming out really, really soon. But I always tell people you can contact me at crystaldillardfortexas.com. I am on Facebook, Crystal Dillard for Texas, or just Crystal Dillard. You can find all of my information there.
That's right.
But I am
Brandon.
always going to rally for teachers, for public schools, for education, for making sure that we are funded like we need to be funded, making sure that classroom teachers are recognized the way that they need to be recognized.
Yes.
And I don't like charlatans. Don't say that I know what's going on in the classroom. If you haven't been in a classroom in the last 20 years. Okay, that doesn't count because
8 years.
because we're facing a different thing. We're facing a different thing, and we are up against a lot these days. And we classroom teachers who are boots on the ground, who go there every day and try to still make it happen with less and less money every year, it is a challenge. So you need your teachers there at the table when those decisions are being made, to speak for teachers, to make sure that we're speaking for students, to make sure that we are standing up for special education and our bilingual students and everyone that we serve in those classrooms. That is important, because education is going to be the wellspring from which all other professions flow.
Absolutely.
All other professions.
Yes.
Don't ever forget that. Thank you so much, Donna G,
Yay.
for being here today. Thank you so much, Sean, for being here today.
We're gonna have Sean back
All
because
right.
he has
Yes.
to promote his project, his Eagle
Yes.
Style project for everybody.
And we always want to make sure that we are bringing these kinds of things to the community, so that, you know, if somebody wants to connect, there could be someone a teen who is suffering from a mental health crisis,
absolutely.
and this could be a show that saves their lives, that makes them reach out and try to get help. So that's what we always are going to try to do on the Crystal Loves Texas podcast, make those connections so that people have access to different resources that they may need in their lives.
Absolutely.
But ladies and gentlemen, Donna G, you go ahead. I'll give you the last word. Yes, ma'am.
I wanted to be the last word, but I always think about, because we were talking about the criminal justice system, which is not created for I won't even say people of color. I would say for poor people, right? Because we have to have a lot of money to navigate through the criminal justice system.
Yes.
But we have rainy day funds, right? And I have 2 sons, so 2 Black sons.
Right.
And my rainy day fund is for them.
Right.
If I need to hire an attorney, if I need to get them out of jail, if I need to, whatever. I don't want to have a Sandra Bland incident or what have you. I need to be able to reach them. And I'm saying this because it's very important. Like you mentioned, we don't think about some things until it happens to us.
Right.
Right. But if you have, I don't want to say if you have a Black son, or a brown son, I would just encourage you to really have funds set aside for that.
That's smart. That's the best advice that I've heard in a long time. That's the kind of advice people, a lot of times, you don't even think about.
Nope, you don't.
And we find ourselves as a community sitting in those places and spaces more often than we even want to imagine.
Right. Because a lot of times it's not because of what the child has done or the person
the system.
has done. Yes, it's the targeting.
It's the system.
It's the,
and I think people believe because their children are not into nefarious things that they still can't get caught up in the criminal justice system.
Wrong time.
That's right.
And that is, we have seen time and time again where that is absolutely not true. We've seen where people were literally minding their business, and got caught up.
That's right.
So,
So again, I don't want that to be the last note, but I do want to just be mindful of that. Try to just have that out in the open. But it's exciting, right? You have a good time.
Yes. It's a lot of fun. And you know what? I cannot tell you that I'm not kind of happy we're having some snow days here, because that's gonna give us a chance to kind of get some things done. With me being a classroom teacher, I got to be at work from 7 o'clock, 7:15 until after 5 o'clock.
Right.
So that's when everybody else in my race is getting things done. They're getting things done during the day. We have a few people who are also, in different jobs, but there are some other people who are retired.
Right.
And that's, we got to get it done when we can. So I am happy for these snow days here, or these ice days. I'm going to stay at home like they told me to do and get done what I need to get done. But Donna G, if you ever want to come back,
okay,
I am inviting you back. Sean,
yes,
I'm telling you, you got to come back. You got to come back and see us. And please bring your scoutmaster, because a leader, because I don't know what they call it, scoutmaster, leader,
scoutmaster.
Bring your daddy.
Bring your dad back. bring your dad back, because it's important for me that other young men who look like you see you in that place. you know,
Mhm.
because we don't see enough of you in that place. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope this was educational and informative. It was for me because I learned a lot about what a district clerk does.
Yes.
And I learned even more about what Eagle Scouts do. So I got a 2-for-1.
Yeah. Ooh, you know, we try to
Yes.
get the win-win in. You know?
Yes, yes. But I want to thank you so much. And like we say every week, Rebecca, we can do it. We'll see ya.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.